Hi there and welcome to my art channel. My name is Shwampy, I am a freelance illustrator and concept artist, and today I have this speed paint video prepared for you. So unlike other speed paint videos, I do like to record some commentary to talk about a certain topic or theme for the video, and today's theme is experimentation. I am a big advocate of experimentation. It is the best way to improve and grow as an artist, and experimenting different mediums, different workflows, different techniques is the best way to figure out what works for you and also to improve your current skill set. Because if you want to be a professional, you gotta have a lot of tricks up your sleeve. And today's video is a speed paint or a speed redraw, basically. I took this really old concept that I did several years before, with this kind of skeleton guy coming in and putting out a candle, and the whole thing is supposed to represent death. But looking at it right now, with everything that I've learned so far, I've realized that is definitely not saying what I wanted the illustrations to say, so I decided to redraw it. But as I'm redrawing it, I wanted to try a new type of workflow, something that's very different from what I've been doing, and I wanted to test it out, see how it works, and see if this is something that could help me in the future to develop better illustrations. So this workflow is based on creating first up a composition before actually starting to sketch, before actually figuring out the detailing and figuring out those fine little lines. So the first thing that I did was block out the initial shape, trying to figure out what composition would work best and also what would be most appealing to the viewer. After that, I kind of played around a little bit with values, trying to build in how the lighting would work. And also for this particular painting, can I call it painting? Nah, illustration. Yeah, for this particular illustration, I also wanted to try out a new way of working, and that is using grayscale before I actually do the coloring. So like I said, trying out something different this time around. Before I go into thinking about colors and what to do about the colors, I was thinking about the grayscale. Meaning I was trying to figure out local values and trying to figure out what would work, what would kind of allow the illustration to speak and communicate more. So yeah, that was my whole thought process. There are so many different ways in painting, like when you're painting, traditionally or digitally. There's so many different processes and there's so many different workflows and techniques and all that stuff. So it can be very frustrating when you have new artists come to you and ask you, like, how do you do this? How do you paint this? Just experiment. Just try and figure out what works for you best. Don't worry about if you see one artist doing it in a certain way and you feel like that means that you're not as good just because you do it differently. That doesn't mean at all that. It just means your brain functions differently, and there's nothing wrong with that. We all think in a different way, so trying to figure out what your kind of process, yeah, that's a good word. So figuring out your process is something that you should do for yourself and not compare yourself to how other people do it or how they create things, and have fun with it. Mostly it's always about having fun. If you don't have fun, then it just becomes something it just becomes something that just damages your piece, and it can be visible, especially to people who have been in it for a very long time. It's very easy to see when somebody's struggling with their piece and when it's not made with love and care and passion, and just have fun with it. Work at your own pace, work at your own discretion. Why would I say that? At this moment, I'm just trying to sound smart, so yeah. And bam! I just smacked in a layer of color and set the layer with a different status. I don't remember if I used overlay or soft light or something. I just played around with the layer settings, and there you go. You know, the whole piece is colored in a matter of seconds, not counting the grayscale down before. So yay, magic trick. And after that, I made another layer and kind of blocked that layer out with, I think, like a very dark red, almost black, and again played with the status, with the options of the layer, so it would show what's underneath. And there you go, instant shadow, and kind of use the eraser and erase the parts where I think light would be hitting it, because it is fantasy, so finding reference for something like that is definitely hard. But you know, you do what you do, you do what you can do, and that's it. So definitely an experiment. Definitely need to do a few more of these to figure this process out. It's completely different than what I'm used to. I don't know, you guys tell me what you think. Feel free to leave a comment down below. If you would like to support my art or support this art channel, check out my Patreon. There are monthly goodies, so every month you get something from yours truly, and that's it. Oh yeah, and a big huge thank you to all my current patrons. You guys are rock stars. Love you much, and until next time, much love.